Welcome back to the Hawkeye Garage. I am Joe. This week's video, I have a quick, simple, cheap, and easy DIY mod for your stereo in the 470 or other vehicles if you want. That is going to make your life a whole lot easier if your stereo is not really awesome as far as user compatibility with today's technology, smartphones and whatnot. If you've watched my previous 470 videos, you'll know that I've made a couple about the fact that I hate the fact that we can't modify the stereo in this easily or cheaply because it is all wrapped into one. The nav, the user settings, the heat and AC controls is all together in one unit on this particular 470. There are other 470s that those units are separate. They're a little bit harder to come by, even harder to swap to that system, which will allow you then to go to a better aftermarket stereo head unit. So let's go ahead and jump inside the car and I will show you guys what I've got going on there and how it has been working. Alright, inside the 470 right now, and the piece that we are going to talk about is this little, trying to get focus in here, is this little unit right here. Now I got this on Amazon. I will drop a link in the description below. This is a Bluetooth sync basically for your phone that goes and plays through your auxiliary input. Now my auxiliary input has been moved because I moved the factory auxiliary input switches and stuff around because of my cup holders there, but this aux input goes into the factory GX aux input. Is just tucked behind the dash. So what we have is a cigarette lighter adapter power cord that splits and goes to this unit here and then goes into your auxiliary there. Now I've got my cords kind of tucked inside the trim panel, but it this thing, I tell you what, has made life a lot easier. We're iPhone users in my family, and of course the new iPhones all use one plug, and trying to get a cord that is the plug and auxiliary output all in one. There's only a couple out there, and I've gone through so many of each. They're just garbage. I don't know what it is. They just do not work well. So now I can sync my phone to this Bluetooth on the auxiliary input on the stereo. It will also sync automatically to the Bluetooth head unit in the car for making phone calls, and I can play my music through that. There's switches on this unit here for forward and reverse track, and the button in the middle which helps you sync the unit also is a pause and play. I am really impressed with how this works. I think it was $35. It has a ton of reviews on Amazon. There are a lot of products like this out there, and honestly I went through 2 or 3 other ones before I settled on this one as far as the usability of it, how well it's synced, the sound quality of it. Now, it syncs almost every single time flawlessly. I say that almost every single time because my 4Runner has a different Bluetooth system. I have a Bluetooth speaker that I use in the garage. I have Bluetooth headphones, and iPhones are kind of goofy with like what they'll sync with depending on what it was synced with last time, and if you had music playing recently enough where it's still kind of like in the back running programs, kind of, if you will, and like I said, almost all the time it will sync to this. It will always pair to it, but sometimes I have to go back in and restart my music and then it will continue playing. Yeah, I could show you how to do that 9 times out of 10, but then it would work, and I don't know. To each their own, and depending on what version of iPhone you have or Android, I don't know. All I'm saying is for this particular car, and a lot of cars where all of this is made into one and it's really hard to change to a different stereo, to be able to use your phone for music can be difficult, and honestly this is just it works really, really well. I've been extremely happy with it, and I've been wanting to make a video about this for you guys because I know if you watch my other videos on this head unit, lots of people complain about the lack of being able to change anything out to improve this cheaply and easily. Especially this is like a full spec GX. I have, let's see, I have disc changer in there, I have the TV in the back. It came factory with the auxiliary input. It has backup camera. It has the Mark what is it, Levinson stereo system with the subwoofer in the back, so it has all the speakers, and there's just a lot to change out, and that has made life so much easier. I can run my my Waze or my OBD2 scanning program on my phone and still be able to skip tracks without leaving one program and going back into the other. Works really, really well, and I'm really happy with it. Alright, that wraps that video up. Hopefully that was a help to you guys searching for some solutions to listening to music in your 470. If you have any other cheap kind of versions like that, be sure to drop info in the comment section down below for people, or shoot me an email, hawkeyeskunkworks@gmail.com. We'd be happy to try out other things and make more videos kind of about that. Pretty much everyone who has looked into changing the stereo on their 470, we're all aware of the higher end like tablet swaps, or the whole head unit swap to a non-nav system, which is hard to get all the parts for to match up with all the spec in your car, or the mod that is like you can change the brain out. But again, those are like $600–700. It's a lot of money to change in a stereo in a 15-year-old car, when $35 pretty much will do the trick. And honestly, I kind of dogged the stereo in this when I first got it. Now that I've had time to play with it, and I've got the sound quality of that Bluetooth adapter is really good, and I've kind of tuned the bass and the treble and stuff. It actually sounds really good. I'm really impressed with the sound quality. My subwoofer and my tweeters all still work. So at this point, I've really got no complaints as far as the stereo in this thing is concerned. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. A lot of DIY, car, off-road type stuff on the channel. Some mountain bike stuff thrown in here and there. Visit my Instagram and my Facebook. Follow links in the description down below, where I post all of that stuff much more regularly, plus all my everyday life stuff as well. So until the next video drops, be sure to turn the notifications on so you'll know when that happens on Sundays. Thank you for watching. Take care. Goodbye.